Shift, top of the month as always, as you know. But welcome to the Freedom Cage podcast, where we lock into a free state of mind each and every pay week on all DSPs, of course. To my left, I got my main guy, my ace. My left and my right is week, Shawn, better known as Mr. Senor Lee at all your socials.
You know.
And me, I'm Kenny, man. No, it's Ken Catholic on all those socials. But yo, man, we have been trucking along, man. February's over, March is here, as you know. But today, better yet, setting expectations, man. Talk about it, man. Let me know how you feel about it, because everybody are having goals, but they don't be accomplishing them, man. Us here at the FCP crew want to make sure you got the steps you need. Well, we're gonna tell you what we got to do to get better, but we hope you take what you need from us to make your day better. But otherwise, how you been so far, brother? How you doing?
I've been good, man. You know what I'm saying? Finishing up February. It's March already, man. New month, new goals. So it's great to have this episode talking about setting expectations, man. How about you?
I'm good myself, man. Can't complain. Playoffs is over. You know what I mean? We didn't get the chip this shit, but hey, make another year to get stronger, faster. You know what I mean? Bigger. You know what I'm saying? We wiped up the tears. We kept it moving, man. Kept it moving.
Yeah, definitely, man. Shout out to the ladies, man. Hell of a season. I know they'll be back stronger, like you said. But also, like you said, man, we're here to talk about setting expectations. As Kenny stated, you know what I mean? We all have goals coming into 2024, but we're going to get into our expectations we have for ourselves. And maybe as we share our expectations and our steps, it could be beneficial to you. Who knows? You know what I mean? First and foremost, make sure y'all go subscribe, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate y'all tuning in. So let's start it off with, brother, name maybe 3 to 5 expectations you set for yourself this year.
You know what? I've been fighting this devil for a long time. Hopefully this will be the last year we get in the ring, but I gotta learn to start saying no more. I don't know why. It might have been the way, moms raised me, you know what I'm saying? But I've turned into a bit of a people pleaser sometimes, but I got to start pleasing myself. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of the game. But I think saying no more is something I do put on my priority list as an expectation. Another thing, for a second one, as far as expectations, I got to start stepping more into my professional career after work. It's where as a professional, we kind of, you get in the grind of getting there at 7 o'clock, leaving at 6 o'clock, and feeling you did the hours, you did the time. You know what I'm saying? But as an adult, you get old, you feel like you notice when you bring your work home with you. That's really what being a professional is sometimes. And I got to get better at not only doing the work that I didn't finish at work at home, but stepping out, doing the career events, networking more. You get the newsletter in the inbox every week, like, yo, we're doing something this Thursday, this Friday, this Monday, this Tuesday. It's like, yo, those are all 5 days this week. Like, I don't know which, I can't make them all, but at least got to start picking one. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely got to start stepping into that some more. And another item as far as expectations, I got to find another way to carve out even more time for myself somehow. Like, you know what I mean? I got to do some more self-improvement on that end, some personal enhancement shit. I want to learn more as always. Got to keep knowledge flowing. At work, you feel you know everything, but you learn new shit every day.
Yeah.
But with that, you got to go. I got to find some more stress relievers because these grays, they are not going away. Very, very close to picking up the little box from the beauty supply spot. You know what I mean? Brushing that on in. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get the brand out. But listen, I'm going to need your help on this last one as far as self-improvement. I got to get in the gym, man. I got to do something productive. Like these little push-ups in the morning, they ain't cutting it. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I know, you know what I mean? Planking helps, you know what I'm saying? Burpees help, you know what I'm saying? But I'm doing me a quick 225 sets of push-ups and I'm going in the shower. Like, woo! You know what I'm saying? But that ain't it. I really got to up the ante on that one. But yeah, self-improvement, carving out some more time for myself, professional shit. And not people pleasing. I think those are my big, key. I don't want to say blunders, but things I got to work on that I know I got to work on, but I don't want to work on them. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
How about you, bro? What expectations you got set for yourself?
Yeah, man. So for me, I got to say number one on the setting expectations list would be enhancing the financial planning, man. I really wish I got started a lot earlier. Pandemic kind of put a brother, sat him still and was like, are you really set for the future? Like, are you planning for retirement, for, you know, your kids to go to school? And I was like, shit.
Keep learning, huh?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like I got a couple stuff in the savings, but then it was like savings don't really do shit. Look at the interest. I was like, shit, you're right.
Yeah.
So definitely enhancing financial planning, more family time, trying to block time in the schedule to make sure that I just, you know, hang out with my wife more, my son more, and you know, you guys more. It's really crucial because time is so short, and you know, we getting old, man. Like I remember when we was carrying these kids around in one arm, and they
Mhm.
walking past us like, "What's up now?" Like,
Good old days.
yeah, yeah, man. Definitely pushing for a promotion like you, brother. In my career, it's time to take that next step. So definitely looking towards that and getting ready to, you know, talk to people about where I feel my values at. More
Mhm.
speaking engagements. I don't know what it is, but over the last couple of years, I've really liked being in front of crowds and talking about mostly diversity, but sometimes just leadership or even just I want to say like mental, just mental knowledge and mental awareness, and then being more vocal. I feel like sometimes I will hold back how I feel in certain situations out of several reasons. But I feel like this year is that year to kind of step up and really make my voice heard a little more often. Of
Mhm.
course, in the right situations, though. And everything doesn't need to be addressed all the time, and timing is a big thing. But yeah,
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah. Yeah. I've noticed that within you as well. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, I know you're not. It's not new for you to grab a mic and get on the stage. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean, it's like, but as we got older, it's cooler to do it in the suit. Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But, yeah, fit you well, man. Keep pushing the envelope with that. I appreciate it. But like I said earlier in the show, listen, people always set out these expectations. They set out these goals, right? You know how I go with the resolutions. Shit. I'm habitual line stepper number one. You know what I'm saying? December 31st, yo, gym tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
the alarm clock go off and be a new year. I'm like, who the fuck set this alarm? Turn that shit off, man. I ain't going nowhere today. But let me talk back with you. Like, I know you say you want to enhance your financial planning, but what steps do you take to actually make sure you're enhancing your financial planning?
Reading has been number one, man. And I'm talking about audiobooks. I honestly, I'm at that point in my
They
life
count,
where I
man.
can't.
They count. They count, man. Don't let
Thank
nobody
you.
tell you man, they count. It's still a body.
Thank you. Thank you. Like I still get the little milestones on the iPhone saying you've hit a mark this week, right? But yeah, man, reading I have friends that are in trading and stuff like that and investing. So they share books with me. One good book that I have been reading so far is Trading in the Zone.
Mhm.
That's a really cool book. It's more about day traders, but some of the lessons in the book you can actually
Mhm.
apply it to really anything that you do, because
Mhm.
it's just really about changing your mindset on how you feel about money and making
Mhm.
decisions. That's the most crucial part of it, and
True.
also attending like credible financial literacy courses. I feel like there's so much information out there, so much that we can use, and because we didn't have this information when we first started having that money in our hand when we was like $10 running to the candy store, now that we have it, we can hopefully pass that on to our kids before they spend it on Roblox or TikTok ads or whatever, you know.
Tell me about it. That's a fact. All right. So, like, listen, like you said, man, audiobooks are still books. Don't let nobody tell you different. But here's the next one. I believe you say you want to get some more family time in. Now, this is the part everybody struggles with, but do you have a plan to actually get more time in? Because it's still 24 hours in a day, my man. There's only 7 days in a week. What you gonna do on family time?
Blocking out time ahead, man. I love the fact that you know it's easy to reach out to most of the family that's at least here in New York City. I think the family that's out of New York City is going to be a little bit more challenging, but I'm up for the challenge. But blocking out time ahead of schedule, because that's usually the best for all of us, right? We got kids, we got jobs, we got other prior engagements already set. I don't know about you, but I already got shit in the calendar for like August, so shit is wild. You know what I mean?
Thank God,
But I think that's gonna help.
thank God for the smartphones, man, keeping us on track.
That's a
So,
fact. That's a fact.
definitely a little. Um, as far as work goes, I know you believe you mentioned the like promotion, or, climbing up the corporate ladder. You haven't seen those
Yeah.
episodes, go catch those. But what do you do on the corporate side as far as making sure you're staying the course to keep going up that ladder?
I think the best thing anybody could do is stay knowledgeable and ready.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, right, you're in the architect field. I'm pretty sure you're staying up to date on new AI, new zoning restrictions. Here I am
Mm-hmm.
acting like I know what you do, but I'm just going to stay in those two sections and then leave quietly. Um,
Definitely chapters in the book.
you know what I'm saying? So, but you stay on top of all of the, new regulations. You stay on top of anything that's new so that you're out here making decisions or thinking about things that could really impact 5, 10 years from now. So for me in the healthcare field, it's state regulations on insurances and new procedures that are coming up, how reimbursement policies are changing, how fee schedules are shifting. So the more I stay on top of that, the more I can walk into any room and know what they're talking about, offer my advice, and not leave any meeting without offering some sort of value. And then I
Mhm.
want to say studying salary negotiations is something that I've been learning a lot lately. Knowing what's the median rate for the position that I want to go for, knowing what's the criteria, knowing the areas that I want to grow in, kind of reverse engineering from the person who's at the highest level of that field, and then
Nice.
seeing all the steps they took so I can start taking those steps.
That's a good one. That's a good one because a lot of people, when it is review time or the annual review, uh, the boss or whoever usually gives out a number, it's accepted, and then you both part ways. Like you got to get used to it. It's like hey, that figure is cool, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You got to let them know, hey, I don't just wear that one hat. I do wear many a hat. You know what I mean. And this is my negotiation rate for that new hat. You know what I mean. But
Yeah.
it's okay to have that conversation. You can't be scared of it. I believe another one you said was speaking engagements. Now, if you are already, as I assume, like networking and whatnot, like what kind of engagement specifically were you thinking of, and how would you get more of them?
So definitely something along the lines of diversity, equity, and inclusion, even though it is seriously under attack, bro. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you saw what I posted on our page, but the University of Florida just pretty much eliminated their diversity, equity, and inclusion services, and I think they fired like 12 people that were actually in the office, and then an additional 13 faculty. But I'm,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still hoping that there's some people out there that want to hear about this,
Mm-hmm.
and anything along the lines of like leadership and motivation. That's really always been, a nice area that I feel I have a niche in. And how you get them a lot of times is really through those networking platforms. And I want to say you can reach out to like a lot of schools and organizations. I think the schools are the best places to get started because they're always trying to keep the kids motivated. And that's one of the hardest areas to actually do public speaking because if you can't keep a teenager's attention, you are done. Like,
Yeah, you got about 30 seconds. TikTok rules.
yeah,
If you're not engaged by then, the next 10 minutes is going to be tough. All right, I feel
yeah,
that. I
man,
feel that.
yeah,
And
absolutely,
I believe that one kind of worked hand in hand. I believe I know you said speaking engagement, but you also want to be more vocal.
yeah.
I assume it's outside of just engagements, but what did you mean by being more vocal, and what's that? And what state?
A perfect question. So I think when, let's say I'm in a boardroom and there's a lot of conversations going on, sometimes there'll be points where I won't say anything because I either just want the meeting to move along so we can all get our time, or just really don't share it because I'm not sure anybody's ready to digest it. Now it's literally to the point where I feel comfortable enough with the work, with the group that I'm in, and with the knowledge that I have to start saying, you know what, here's my opinion and here's why I think it works. A lot of
Right.
times I know we hold this back sometimes, but you never know when you offer up that opinion, especially if you really believe in it, what it may do and how it may shift the decision making. Even if
Exactly.
in that moment they are not completely receptive, it still was said, it's still recorded at that time. and you even probably want to follow that up with an email or something. If it's not to the whole group, to your direct boss, just so it's memorialized, so nobody can come back 2-3 months from now and say, why nobody thought of that? Check that email on March 2nd, 3 o'clock. I told y'all that this was going to happen.
And them Outlook timestamps save lives. I tell you, but I think you hit the nail on the head with that one, as far as just speaking up even when you think you shouldn't. Because I'm not gonna lie, early in my career, I was the POC person in the office, right? So anytime I did have an idea that kind of strayed away from what management was leading or thinking, or stepping into, that had a rebuttal or something, it took me a while I didn't want to stand up and be the angry black guy in the conference room. You know what I'm saying? Even though, or the smart ass or the asshole, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he always has something to say. It's like, nah, my way of it is better, but you know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy. So it took me a long time to have that courage to go like, nah, this is why this will or won't work. You know what I'm saying? And then, but you have to put the work in. I have to put the work in from the earlier days to where I was now, where people kind of respect my opinion. So if they see me talking, they go, nah, if he's saying it, he ain't here to bullshit. You know what I mean? But it's a growing process. But you definitely hit the nail on the head on that one. But I was trying to not just be the angry black guy in the boardroom. You don't want to be that guy.
Oh yeah, man. And we got so many episodes, y'all, who are tuning in right now. Tokenism. We talk about, like Kenny said, climbing the ladder, climbing the corporate ladder. We lay out all the steps of our career journey. So it's beautiful to hear you say that in this moment, because now we're setting expectations in this year to pretty much take over in our fields, and I love that for you, bro. So now to turn it back on you, now that you mentioned some things that you want to take some steps in. So you talked about, of course, moving up in your career, man. What steps are you taking towards that?
Gotta hit these meet and greets, man. I gotta start giving up the car more, and my job gave me the cheat code. I don't even have physical business cards no more. We got the you got your phone? Boom. You know what I mean? I got the barcode on the back, give you the whole profile, email, phone contact, but I don't pull it out as much. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's right next to the ID, right next to the ID in a wallet. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but I gotta start having people pull their phones out more, and not just for photos. You know what I mean? But I gotta hit these meet and greets more. I gotta network more. Gotta stick your hand out. I gotta go to those conferences. Gotta make my face a mainstay. You know what I mean? But in order to do that, you gotta be there. You can't talking about it and showing up to do it at the same time helps hand in hand. But those are what I'm truly aiming for in the upcoming year. Hitting the meet and greets, man.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Like you said, you see all those newsletters come in. They're taking those membership fees out routinely, and they're not cheap. Anyway. So definitely, man. I think that's great. And I'm telling you, once you step into one, you'll feel the energy, bro, and you'll want to go to more. But then you always got to keep yourself accountable that you got to go back, because it's easy to fall back into I'll go to the next one, and then a year passes.
And even with those, when the networking event ends, and if they're all weeklies or monthlies, you always have one of those people. Hey man, you coming next month? You gonna be here next week too? And I ain't gonna lie. Outside of work, just for personal life shit, I'm very no doubt. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Without much, not even reaching into my phone to put it in my calendar, so I know to be here. You know what I'm saying? But work feels a little bit more not pressure, but like they're really asking because they really want to see you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I will be here next time. But,
yep. That's a fact. That's a fact. You also talked about saying no more, and I got excited when you say this because I feel this is so powerful, man. What steps are you going to take to do this?
I gotta stop shying away from the tough conversation, because I'm a people pleaser. So I'd rather, if there's a conversation where there has to be a negative, I guess someone's not going to be happy in this conversation at the end of it, I usually take the brunt of that. I'm like, you know what? I'll eat it. I'll take it. It's not a big deal. But I gotta stop being that guy. I gotta start looking out for myself to that extent, where it's like, nah, I got it. You know what I mean? Where, nah, you got it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? At work is cool. I can do that all day. Because there's, there's leaderships, there's levels, there's positions, and it's easy to delegate in that sense. But like with me and the wife, like there's no delegation. There's a conversation that we need to have, and somebody's gonna be happy, somebody not gonna be happy. Like his dishes in the sink, we both looking at each other with dry hands. It's like, I just got my nails in. I'm like, you're right. Let me do these dishes. Like, like, somebody not gonna be happy. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
gotta just not shy away from those tough conversations. Just because somebody won't be happy, it's okay to share that brunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. And then listen, man, like you said, every year we start the year, we talk about so-called resolutions. I know that exercising has been a thing, man. I know it's been a thing, but what's steps? And remember, small steps are still steps. What steps are you gonna take this year to tackle that?
Oh man, is my Wi-Fi fucking up? It's a spectrum. If y'all ever wanted to do an outage, but man, hey, I need help, man. I need help. You know what I mean? I set the alarm clock to wake up early, and I'll wake up early, and I'll jump on the computer do some other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it was supposed to be a gym alarm, but it turned into being an Outlook alarm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but I got it. It's dedication. It's time. It's just something I gotta find a way to steal time from other things, make it interesting somehow, some way. But I don't have a set plan on that one. That one I'm struggling with. I'm struggling with it daily. You know what I mean? Like it's there. It's a thought. But turning that one into fruition is going to take some time. But on the list,
I'll give you one hack, man. If you could somehow get the missus or the family involved, it's a game changer. It is a game changer. So I remember 2012, even though my wife was pregnant, Crunch videos were free. And I know we talked about this on the previous episode on Netflix. And we just started kind of doing them together because it was just us in the crib. Wasn't nothing else to do. So you start doing them, and you'll be surprised, man. There's been times Darius has joined us, or it's just me doing it, and he'll join right in the crib. You ain't even got to leave the house. When you bring that mentality, when you bring that type of atmosphere and energy into the house, now it becomes hey, yo, Dad, we're going to do that crunch workout again today, man. Now it becomes a thing. So now you come home, you excited. Everybody, the whole family's ready to go and do some jumping jacks or whatever. So that could be one little hack that if you throw that in there, even if it's just like one day a week, y'all all do it together, it might help, bro.
I might need a little family meeting tonight. Might need a little family meeting. Like, yo, man, things are changing. Spoke to Shawn, man. Things are changing around here. Like, I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah, it's gonna be 4 people waiting for me next time I come by. Like, bro,
this show. Like, what I'm saying? Like, damn. Like, yeah, they got him. They got him. Put him down.
That's your married.
It's just gonna be me and Lennox in there doing push-ups. It's gonna be tough. But yeah, man, still I gotta steal time away. I gotta find a way to do it. And the trick with that is when you do try to steal time from other activities to participate or increase your value in other opportunities in your life, it's very important to, when you leave that other obligation, make sure it's handled and completed. Because a lot of times when 5 o'clock comes at work, people go, yeah, I got some more stuff to do, but hey, it's 5 o'clock, gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who's like, damn, it's 5, but I gotta get this out. So I'm there to 6. You know what I'm saying? Some things you need more time than the time is allocated for. So if you can get it done before 5, great. But if you need more time, get it done. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big goal there. If you do steal from one obligation, make sure that obligation is at least handled before you move on to the next one. So you don't got a bunch of half done projects all over the goddamn place.
That's a bar, bro. That is a bar.
My question for you. Everyone, like you said, everyone has the expectation at the end of the year, going to a new year. But what do you feel will be like what is one of your biggest hurdles as far as what would stop you from completing any of these expectations that you set out?
Brother, at this ripe age of 40, I am still very fearful of certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am still very fearful in certain moments because it's just a natural human reaction when you start doing something different. And those moments of fear will give me an opportunity to show strength or even courage, like you mentioned earlier, towards the goals and expectations that I've said on this episode. So, but I realize that fear can be present. So a lot of breathing exercises, a lot of just repetitive positive affirmations in my mind, like, you know, you got this, you practice this is in your wheelhouse, you got this, and then just kind of breathing and letting it flow, man. But I do acknowledge the fear. And then I think the second thing that really haunts me sometimes is lack of opportunities. You could prepare for the moment as much as you want, but if the person that actually is the gatekeeper for that opportunity for you to meet those expectations doesn't open that gate, then now you've done all this preparation when it seems like for nothing, and it can be deflating. It could seem like dream deferred. But you got to keep chasing after those opportunities. Either somebody's gonna open the gate, or you're gonna have to kick that joint in and let them know that you're here.
Yeah, I think fear. I think fear is a lot of people's fear. Not to be, not to hit it like that, but pause. But a lot of people are scared to let go. As far as, but you can't. You know, you can't go to the next stage unless you're willing to let go of the last stage. But that is a big one for sure.
Yeah, man. What about you, man? These hurdles, expectations, man. They come at you fast, man. What you doing?
Man, having I try to take how I get things done at work and try to implement that on my off work time, and that's setting a priority order. There's a one, there's a two, there's a three, and that's the order that got to get done in. What I do, unfortunately, outside the house, everything seems like it's a number one. Everything's a priority. So now I got 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E.
Yeah.
When we got those outside, or when we got those in your personal life, you'll never get them done because you're working on one E right now, but 1C is still pending. Like, you know what I mean? So I gotta find a way to just have an extra priority, stick to that priority, because at work it's seamless. It makes sense. Like, it's one, two, three. You're going down the list. The house, friends, family, everybody's priority. Everything's number one.
Yeah.
Everybody's one can't get done.
That's right.
But you don't want. But hey, this is what I meant earlier. Having a tough conversation. I got to tell people, hey man, you're gonna be number two this week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we got shit. I got 3 kids. They all number one to me. So it's like they're like, looking like, oh, hey, I only can make these plates one at a time. So you know what I'm saying? Like, we all gonna need. We gotta wait. You know what I mean? But that's my big one. Prioritizing, man.
Yeah. No, yeah, man. I mean, I think. Did you have more? My bad.
No. I was gonna beat you to the next one. Go ahead, pause.
Yeah. No, yeah. Absolutely, man. I think that's a really good point for everybody to digest, man. So now, here there's a saying that I think really has been out there, and I want to see how you feel about it. It goes, having no expectations. You have no expectations. This way, you're never disappointed. What are your thoughts on this?
Is this a safe space?
Of course.
I live by this rule, brother. I'm sorry, man. I am very unfortunate. I don't know why. I don't know. Could have been my environment growing up, but I am a very pessimistic person in this regard. And don't get me wrong, like, I don't wish bad on everything that comes across my plate. You know what I'm saying? I don't got hopes for it. You know what I'm saying? I just assume that, hey, if it doesn't get done, it's okay. I didn't plan on it getting done anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Versus, hey, it's gonna get done because it just has to get done. It has to get done. And if it don't get done, I'm like, I'm hurt. I'm sad. I'm felt empty at that point. It's like, damn, I really thought this would be done, and it's not done. And here we are with it not done. So I try to keep my expectations even keel, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm very half empty on the cup versus half full. But I'm trying my best to get to the half full. Being optimistic about things. Even if it don't work out in the way I want it to work out, at least being able to pivot, find a new way to get it done if possible, but keeping a positive outlook on it. But I wholeheartedly agree with that statement, man, because I do live by that, unfortunately, and I've been trying to change my ways since I was like 5. But hey, man, another year down. When you first heard that line, as far as having no expectations, so you're never disappointed, how did that strike you?
It seems like a comfort blanket, and from hearing your explanation, I think it does sound like a comfort blanket. There's nothing wrong with a comfort blanket, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's cold, You got that nice, you know, you got that nice comfort blanket.
Like, is that weighted? Is that the weighted one? Yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that comfort blanket. It's just if you're really looking to achieve something impactful
Mm.
and greatness, then you got to throw that blanket to the side. You know, it's if that's what you're after. If you're comfortable where you're at, I always tell people that if you're good where you're at, then cool. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But
Uh,
if you're trying to go up there and be in a unique space, be in that 1%, you got to toss that comfort blanket. You got to rip it up, man. Because if it's there, sometimes it'll call you and you'll go and hide in that joint. So
exactly.
that's how I feel about that saying.
All right. Now, I'm gonna throw a curveball at you now. Let's say these expectations that you set out conflict with the expectations of your partner. What advice would you have to navigate that?
If you already have healthy communication in your relationship, man, nah, fuck that bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Check that out.
Nah, I'm kidding, y'all. Like I
Jokes,
was
I've seen these
saying,
jokes.
if you have healthy communication in your relationship, this should be a regular Tuesday for y'all to sit
Mhm.
down and kind of say, all right, I didn't know that you were deciding to be a rapper and you gave up your full-time job with benefits, but let's talk about what the plan is before I get crazy. You know what I mean? Like, let me
At least
see
him.
what you, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe you got a hell of a savings put to the side that none of the bills are gonna slip. You're still gonna be able to support, and you got a real plan. If you got
Mhm.
a relationship like that with healthy communication, think you'll be all right. If
All
you
right.
don't, you might be in some trouble. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if you have the healthy communication and it doesn't work out, then I hate to say it, but you might need to evaluate and have a deeper conversation about where
Mm,
y'all at because
nice.
you're gonna need support, man. If you really gonna meet these expectations, man. How you feeling?
All right. Me, and like I said, this is a safe space, right? I think I'm a little toxic in this one because a lot of expectations kind of coincide with deadlines a lot, right? So
Mm,
I am one to not, excuse my language, pussyfoot around on it, but like if we are both conflicting on something and I know there's a deadline kind of attached to that expectation, I'm willing to see what happens when we get to that deadline. It's like, now that we're here, either I'm right or you're right. But now that we're here and now we know for sure, the other person or myself now know that we are wrong. So me giving advice on how it needs to be done and our receiving advice on how it should be done, cool. Let's see what happened when we get there and see who was right and what should have been done. So now we know for next time. You know what I mean? So I know taking a sidestep to that question isn't a helpful one, but I don't know if advice when there's a deadline looming can help. So I'm willing to see at the
mm.
finish line. I hope we both
I
got our
mean,
shoes on.
hey, I respect that. That's a hurdle in itself, right? And you just, you know, what I mean, you just Barry Sanders, that motherfucker. I respect it.
That was with the good knees, with the good knees.
For sure, man. So now we're talking about the expectations we've set for ourselves, brother. But I want to pivot real quick. Shout out to RC. I want to pivot real quick and talk about setting expectations for others. And I'm going to set the table for this because sometimes we come into situations and we literally, or even sometimes subconsciously put our expectations on other people. What is your opinion in this? I want to say in this area.
It's weird. I feel like there's a paywall as far as expectations. Like when there's money involved, like at work, you have expectations of your crew.
Mm,
Deadlines need to be met. Things need to go out on a certain time, and that's just something we all agree upon. Understand the assignment, and that's that.
facts.
At home, life, family, friends, there's no money exchanging, so it's hard to expect things sometimes. If it does, you know what I mean? It's weird where it's just like, hey, I need ABC. It's like, cool, cool, cool. It don't get done. It's like, can't fire you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can't write you up. You know what I
I
mean?
know,
So it's
right?
just like, all right, man. So it's weird. Expectations outside the office. it's far and few. I try not to put my expectations on people anymore because I don't want to be let down. This kind of harpens back on my old point of kind of being pessimistic in that light, where it's tough because when you put all your eggs in that basket and he dropped that basket, he's like, "Yo, those is all 12, dog." Like,
It's all 12, dog.
there are no omelets now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not one. Like, we dropped them all. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of conflicted on that one as far as putting my expectations on others. I do it often from 9 to 5, but from 5 to 9, I just it's you know what, expectations turn into hope. That's what it really is. You know what I mean? That's what it really turns. I hope it gets done. You know what I'm saying? I hope you can do that. I hope what I let you know, you find it to be fruitful in your day and you turn it into a positive. But if you don't, damn, I still got to see you tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now we're still not getting paid. But yeah. For work expectations, I'm all for giving them out. But after work, I'm dishing hope, man. I'm a hope dealer.
He's a hope dealer. I like that. We might have to turn that into an episode. I'm a hope dealer.
Oh man, we are there, man. We do content just pours out, man. Pours out, baby. What's your outlook on how you set expectations for others?
Along the same lines of you on the personal side, I used to make the mistake of doing that a lot, coming into situations and thinking that I'm this way and this person's cool with me, so they should be this way. And I'll even be specific, right? If I'm always checking on you to see how you're doing, that's how I am, and we're cool, I expect you sometimes to check on me. And sometimes there would be like days passing, I'm like, wow, motherfucker ain't even know if I'm alive. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I could have been out of town. He wouldn't even know.
You know what I'm saying? I could have got thrown in a white van. Make sure y'all check out episode 70. You know what I'm saying? I could have got thrown in a white van. Like, you wouldn't know. But, after growing and I really credit my brother for telling me, you can't expect everyone to think like you, feel like you, and look at life the same way that you do. And then over time, I just learned not everybody's going to friend the way you friend. And now that I understand that, I kind of limit my expectations almost to the point where I'll let you set the tone for where you're at. And then I'll just go off of that vibe. If it's a vibe that I can rock with, then cool, we'll keep it moving. If it's a vibe where you just come out of the gate, like, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain vibes I can't do. I mean, I got nothing for that expectation. But I try not to make this mistake on the personal side anymore. At work, the funny thing about it, bro, even though people get paid, I've seen some people not meet expectations and still sit in their fucking jobs. And
I can't have
you know what I mean? And I'm just there like, but you got all these expectations for me. But this person over here is just kind of like, ooh, a tree, ooh, a bear. You know what I mean? And nothing's getting done. That shit drives me nuts, bro.
Watching people go on smoke breaks and don't even smoke, I'm like, where you going? Where you going? Why you leaving? What are you doing now?
Like, this nigga's been in the bathroom playing Monopoly for 2 hours.
Losing all his money. Like, yeah, man, it'd be like that. Thank God for write-ups, man, and reprimands and shit like that. Like, so hey, and a question on your job: with reprimands, do they disappear after a while? Like, if you got, I know 3 might be a strike rule, but if you had 2 and like 24 months pass, do they get strict from the record?
Nah, they stay in your file.
Damn. So if I had 2 strikes from 98, right, and I still work with y'all, if I do something tomorrow, that's my 3rd still. That's cold.
Well, see, that's a good question, man. That's where the HR policy gets a little shaky.
4 pages in that company handbook that we don't give out on purpose. We don't want you reading these guidelines, but I'm gonna let you know the bylaws. Like,
yeah, definitely gotta check the bylaws. You're right.
All right. So last one here. How do you receive when someone puts their expectations on you? Like, how does that work in your life as far as shit, work or outside of work?
If you're gonna put expectations on me, it all depends on what they are and if you've set clear expectations to start. And it's
Hmm.
dope that you asked that. I actually, LinkedIn does this really cool thing where they'll send you like random situational awareness questions and you get to answer it so people can see it. And
Hmm.
literally, I said, you pretty much have to have that clear expectation of what you want, and then you have to be consistent. Don't
Gotcha.
tell me that it's due in a month, and then next time we meet, you say, "Why isn't this done yet?" That's going
Mhm.
to instantly create a sense of mistrust and then
Yes.
toxic anxiety, depending on who it is. Not everybody can deal with agile, high volume situations the way I do. So if you do that to another person who has high anxiety now, they're in a panic trying to get you what you need, and that can cause an issue.
Yep.
But as far as setting clear expectations when people have demands of me, I think that's crucial to my peace. It protects my time. Don't tell me, if I tell you I like sports, don't just instantly invite me to a game of cricket. You didn't even ask me what I like. You know what I mean? Like, granted, if you love cricket, don't hate us. I'm just saying I'm not a fan to go watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You might have a cricket horror story that you never shared.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, okay.
What about you,
Um,
man?
it's funny, like with work and clients, like they assume you are the only. I am the only job file or person here, and all your other clients shouldn't exist because I'm here now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and it'll be at the very beginning when I'm just first seeing their house and they want to do a ton of items. Oh, we want to blow out the back. No doubt, cool. Oh, so what do you think we get a permit? It's like in a perfect world, if you was the only person I had to deal with and I didn't have to do anything else, you could get your permit probably like 2-3 weeks, right? Nah, you know what I'm saying? And I had this tough conversation. It's fine. I can have this tough conversation when money's on the line. As far as though it's like, hey, you got some time? He's like, oh, when should I start? Looking for a rental house until we do all the work because I think we can move out by Saturday if we need to. I'm like, don't pack nothing. Don't even do that yet. We're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know how many. Take a seat, relax. You know what I'm saying? Let me do a little bit more work on my end. I'll let you know where we are, and then we'll have a bit of a process. But those expectations that they try to go, oh, you said 2-3 weeks. I was like, yes, in a perfect world. This world ain't perfect.
Nope.
You agree on that, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go, "Damn, this world ain't perfect." You know what I'm saying? And then they relax their shoulders a little bit. They go, all right, so when we really get in the permit, like, okay, now we can have a real conversation. You know what I mean? But for as far as work purposes, I had that tough conversation early. I know you're expecting something. I know you want that new kitchen ready by Thanksgiving. Today's Halloween and it's not happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
not going to work out in your favor. But sometimes you just got to, just pull them back in, let them know, reality is a thing. You're not the only client. I love you. Don't get me wrong. But, I love a lot of people. So,
Yeah.
I mean, and his love has to spread at an even rate. So that's
Yeah.
the best part as far as those expectations. Now, outside of work, when there's not real money involved, turn into the yes man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yeah, let me get it done. I'm get it done. What happened? Yo, like life. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not a good excuse. Like it's not. And it's worse when it's off the clock. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel bad about it. You know what I mean? So those like when expectations are put on me, I just do my best to meet them. I hate letting anybody down in that aspect, but I just try to meet those demands. And if I can't, I do my best to convey that. Like as early as possible. You know what I mean? But I'm definitely a work in progress as far as working within the constraint of my life and
Mm.
meeting those expectations. Big fight, but I'm still fighting.
No, hey, listen, that's all we can do at the end of the day, right? I like what you said about getting people to understand things aren't just going to happen like that.
Right.
And I hope anybody listening paid attention to what Kenny just said. We live in a world where people think that as soon as they request something, they're gonna get it done, right? You tell
Mhm.
Alexa what's the weather, she's gonna tell you what the weather is. You tell, you know what I'm saying, Siri, how can I get this address? I wouldn't be surprised if my phone goes off and asks me what address are you looking for right now.
Yeah.
Like, we're so used to having everything done in milliseconds that when we start to make real big decisions, like what Kenny's talking about with architecture, when in my field with healthcare decisions, when we're talking about patient health outcomes and revenue. People think
Yeah.
that this shit can get done in seconds, and it
Bro.
can't.
Yeah.
It really can't. So I really pray that if you're the client on the other end, that you give the grace that we deserve, because we're really good at what we do. And if you give
Mhm.
us the time, you'll get exactly what you need.
Mhm. Like sometimes you got to tell people, like, reverse the role, like whatever you do in your life, right? If I showed up at your job and wanted to skip the line and go first, would that
Mm,
be cool? Would that be
mm.
cool with your job? Like, even if you work at or if you work the register at Popeyes. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I know you, you know me, and you got a line of 5 in front of me, I just excuse me. Yo, man, let me get a number 2, extra spicy. Like, I can't just do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a
Let me tell
line, there's an order of operations, bro.
Mhm. Let me tell you something, because I won it on this episode. If Opus Clips doesn't pick what he just said, y'all got to fix that algorithm. I'm looking right in the camera at whoever does the algorithm for Opus Clips. If y'all don't find that bar that he just dropped, we got to talk about y'all algorithm, bro. We got to talk about it.
Yeah, AI gonna see that and go, he's gonna fizz out. Say, yo, they never talked to me before. What do I do? What do I do now? It's like, you better clip it, nigga. Like, that's what you need to do. Like, yo,
It's like they mentioned us.
go get the human support guy and help you out. Figure it out. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Oh, this is dope. This is dope.
Yeah, man. It was great to sit
them,
down.
receiving them, getting them. I mean, sending them out, receiving them. Expectations, man. They're everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Definitely, man. So we hope that from this episode here, you've taken this, whether if it's adding something to your toolkit to set those clear expectations, find realistic ways to meet them, and then understand, man, it's about the journey, not the destination, and we'll see you along the way.
That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah. Anything else you wanted to say before we get up out of here?
Nah, man, I think I'm good with this one. This was a good one, man. Another good one in the books. But hey, yeah, I don't know if you said it earlier already, but having expectations are useless if you don't have a plan to execute it. So make sure you got that. Make sure you got that.
This brother had bars all over this episode, man.
Avid whole fans over here, man. Like, for years, right? Yeah. Thought I was gonna pick up nothing. Like,
oh man, definitely, man. I agree with you, man. So listen, we thank y'all for stopping by, man. Just a few things before you leave. Do not forget to subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow us on all socials. Senor Lee at Ken Katnick. You know what I mean? Make sure you follow us. We're on every single platform you could think of. Every Wednesday, we have our live show, 8 o'clock, streaming on so many different platforms. Also, every third Wednesday, we have the FCP Dad series, which is taking off. So make sure you tune in, set your reminders for that, man. And listen, it's about that time, man, where we got to go. But we thank you for stopping by. And you are now released back into your regularly scheduled programming. Corporate life, parental life, entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you do, we salute you. I'm Senor Lee.
Ken Katnick.
See you back next pay week when we lock back in to a free state of mind.